How's it going, everyone? My name is Alex, and today I am going to be reacting to comments on my latest short or TikTok that has sparked quite an audience, I must say. And the reason I say that is because a lot of the comments I got were negative in a way. Like, I know hate comments are a normal thing. I'm not saying I don't like hate comments. Hate comments are just comments that help spark the video. But a lot of this stuff is pretty interesting, and I just figured why not react to it. So let's get started. We're going to start off with TikTok since it got fewer views and fewer comments, so it's easy to go by first. Mad. I mean, I was like a little irritated in the video. I don't normally smile in my shorts because I'm trying to keep a serious face because it's a lot of ticks I do. I'm just trying to keep as low amount of ticks as possible because when I smile, I sometimes go off script. So I really wasn't mad. I think like people who have a Series X can't afford a $1,000 TV. Whoa, what? Okay. I'm not saying that people who have a Series X can't afford a $1,000 TV. But in that video specifically, I was talking about 8K TVs. And beforehand, I didn't research on how much they would cost. But on top of my head, I knew they had to be over $1,000. And after the video was uploaded and I got the comments, I was like, okay, I'm gonna check it out to see if they're actually $1,000 or more. And I looked on Best Buy, the best place to look for TVs in my opinion. So I went on there, and turns out there was 8K TVs for like around $1,300 for like the cheapest price, but that was on sale. The regular price is closer to $2,000. So maybe you're someone with a Series X that can afford a $2,000 TV, but why would ya? Just to play Xbox? Like, I don't know a game that can support 8K anyway. And that same guy mentions Facebook Marketplace for like $800. It's not expensive. How many people are actually looking for TVs on Facebook Marketplace? Like 8K TVs. Normally when people buy like an 8K TV or 4K TV, they usually like to buy them brand new. I don't know about you, but I certainly like to. I can't speak on everyone's behalf, but an 8K TV for $800, that's pretty impressive and must be a low quality 8K. Well, you don't have to be a YouTuber to get that type of money. That's not even a lot of money. You can literally work 4 days a week and get that. Yeah, disregard the fact that people who probably have that kind of money are paying expenses for it, like bills, rent, all the expensive like insurance. So yeah, good luck buying 4 days total and being able to afford all your payments. But hey, at least that TV is worth it. Now, I do understand that you don't have to be a big YouTuber or have it given to you. You could buy it if you have the money and you can spend it. But honestly, why would you just to play Xbox? Like, if you're buying it, you're just buying it to watch TV in 8K, which would probably look beautiful. But at the same time, is it really worth it? I don't know about you, but I like to wait until there's more 8K stuff out there. Because the problem I have right now with buying 8K TV, like today, I don't really think there's anything that really supports 8K as much. I'm not saying there's none that supports 8K, but are you really like seeing 8K? Is the movie or TV show you're watching actually 8K? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't have an 8K TV, so I wouldn't know. And that was it for like the hate comments or the negative comments on the TikTok. But one comment I see, I just run the 4K at like 60 FPS, sometimes even higher. You know, that is true. That 4K TVs are becoming more and more affordable nowadays. You can buy one for like a few $100, and it's not even that bad, and it's actual like true 4K. And every console today supports it now, except for Switch, that is, which is honestly a disappointment, but at the same time, it's really not, because Switch is a portable console, and honestly, who wants to play 4K in the palm of their hands with this kind of technology? Because the problem is the battery will probably run out super fast given the Switch's technology. But I'm sure like in a few years or like 2 or 3 years, the technology will be there, hopefully. Now let's get on to the YouTube comments, because this is where the real magic happens, because the video on YouTube reached 3,000 views, which makes it my most popular YouTube video, or YouTube short. Well, it's my biggest thing of YouTube right now on this channel. First comment, bros arguing about the console wars still. For every comment that has mentioned, oh, I'm participating in console wars, keep in mind, I am not participating in console wars. I have played Xbox. I like Xbox. The video was calling out the people who do participate in console wars. In this one in particular was calling out the toxic Xbox players who say 8K is the reason why it's better. The truth is, it's not. And you're probably not even using the 8K capabilities. Like, first of all, no game today runs 8K. If you're just come up to me and say, dude, I play Bully in 8K. No, you don't. You don't play Bully in 8K. It does not support 8K. Rockstar is not working on it to support 8K. Not, I believe they're not. But yeah, truth is, you're not running games in 8K. There's no game that supports it. Next one. Don't use the 4K capabilities. Shake my head. Laughs in 4K TV. So I definitely underestimated how many people actually use 4K. The truth is, for me, I don't play games in 4K because I play PC and my monitors are 1080p. I did not see the point on buying a 4K monitor. Not yet, anyway. I just wanted something small and simple, but had a really good refresh rate. More frames. Because honestly, even though I'm stuck at 1080p, as long as I have more frames to work with, I'm happy. The next guy who commented, he went all over on this video and tried to defend his Xbox. Fact is still that Xbox Series X has better, faster, and more memory than PS5. Better graphics and or better graphic capabilities. PlayStation had a good run, but Xbox is just better. How? This is the main thing I was talking about. This guy is one of the people I'm calling out, and he doesn't realize it. He probably does realize it, but he doesn't care. But he's one of the people I'm calling out. People who act like the graphics are all that matter in a console. The truth is, it's not. Your argument is flawed. This means the Xbox Series X is future-proof. That doesn't exactly mean the Xbox Series X is future-proof. Because even though you'll be more up to date with technology and TVs and monitors, it doesn't mean you're future-proof. That doesn't mean you're exactly good from there. Because again, the games are what matters a lot. I mentioned this in another short I did, and I pointed out that games are what should matter when it comes to console wars. Even though I don't participate in console wars, it shouldn't matter about the graphics all too much. Yes, graphics play a role, but the game is what's more important. Okay, now this is a good one. Does he even play Xbox? I don't anymore, but I used to. Heck, I had the Xbox One and I loved that thing. I bragged about Xbox 360 in middle school with my friend who had a PS3. I participated in console wars back then, but I don't now, really. PlayStation fanboy mad because Xbox Series X is that overpowered against PS5. I mean, I do have a PlayStation 4 Pro, but I haven't used that thing in months. I'm a PC and Nintendo guy. I play those two only. I haven't touched my PlayStation 4 in a while. I'm saving up for a PS5 for obvious reasons. But I went on like a very short thread with this guy. He gave up. I asked him, how are those exclusives of yours? Better than the cracked up BS of PS5, thanks for asking. Apparently, the Xbox has better exclusives than the PlayStation consoles. Now, I know this is subjective, but I pointed out a few exclusives for PlayStation. I pointed out Spider-Man, God of War, Wolverine, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Remake, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Those are exclusive to the PlayStation. Now, I know Spider-Man, God of War, and Final Fantasy VII Remake are on PC now, but they're not on Xbox, so my argument still stands right there. I asked them, what exclusives does Xbox have that makes it better than PS5? And he didn't even mention any games that Xbox has that PlayStation doesn't, that are better than the PlayStation exclusives I mentioned. He said God of War is the only exclusive on PlayStation that's actually good. The rest is trash. The rest is trash? How do you say God of War is the only good exclusive I mentioned on that list? Meanwhile, every other exclusive I mentioned did so well. Final Fantasy VII Remake did amazing. Spider-Man did amazing. It's one of the most hyped games of the PlayStation 4 in 2018. It was so hyped. Heck, even I got a collector's edition of Spider-Man. And Knights of the Old Republic Remake, a lot of Star Wars fans are excited for that. Unfortunately, it's on pause, but still, Wolverine. Now, I haven't heard too much about Wolverine, like the Wolverine hype, like dropped, but I'm still sure people are hyped for it. By the way, exclusive games does not make a console better. It's hardware and software does, and that's the whole point of this. Not some game that's made for a specific console. I'm sorry, but let me just look at that comment again. Yep, that's exactly what it says. If its hardware was all that mattered, and the graphics are what mattered, then the Xbox One would have done so much better than the PlayStation 4. Because I'm willing to admit that the graphics on the Xbox One X were amazing. Better than the PlayStation 4. Even the PS4 Pro. But the PlayStation 4 still sold double of the Xbox One. You know why? Because the PlayStation 4 had good exclusives that drew the attention of people. And also, games are software. So, you contradicted yourself right there, dude. Next up. Every Xbox game that says Series X Enhanced can be played in 8K, which is every Xbox game since the release of next-gen consoles. 2. You're probably doing use the 4K capabilities. The current generation of TVs or monitors are 4K, so anyone who doesn't have one will be able to pick them up soon for a cheap price. Since 8K is the next generation of TVs and monitors, Microsoft is just prepared for the future, and so is Sony, who are at the moment developing 8K technology for the PS5. This ran and your points make no sense. End the console wars. We are all in this together. Again, I'm not for console wars, okay? I did not mention PlayStation or any other system besides Xbox. And also, I was calling out people who are in the console wars and trying to say that graphics or 8K is the reason why Xbox is better. I'm saying that that's a terrible argument on why Xbox is better. Because I've stated before in the past that exclusives are what makes a console good, not the graphic capabilities. Because if graphics was all it took, then the Sega Genesis would have beat Nintendo by a landslide. Even the Nintendo 64, despite it having polygon graphics, which honestly didn't look good compared to the PlayStation 1, but it was 64 bits. If all it took was the graphics, the Nintendo 64 would have outsold the PlayStation 1. Even though the PlayStation 1 admittedly still had better graphics because it was a CD-based system. But bits back then were all people cared about, not the games. And yes, I am willing to admit, I was wrong when it came to the 4K capabilities part, because I underestimated how many people could actually have a 4K TV. I don't know so much about a 4K monitor because those are pretty expensive. They're like more expensive than a 4K TV, I think. And again, the whole point of the video was calling out people who think that the graphics or the fact that a console could do 8K is not an actual argument on why a console is better. So those were the comments that I got on both TikTok and YouTube Shorts on my latest video. It kind of just baffles me that people are still out here thinking that graphics are what makes a console good, or that people are participating in console wars at all. I like PlayStation, I like Xbox, I like PC, I like Nintendo. It's a gaming system. If it plays games, I like it. If graphics and the hardware were all it took, then do you really think the Switch would be doing so well right now? It's doing really well, actually. Despite, like, a not so positive start. But it's literally doing so good. The exclusives helped it. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining me in this video. And please understand, I'm not for console wars. I'm not for any of that, okay? If you think I'm for console wars, just please understand I'm not. If you enjoyed this video or actually understood my point of view, please drop a like. If you're new, please subscribe and hit that notification bell for new stuff coming out. I don't really have a schedule. I should probably make one for myself, but as of right now, it's just whenever I upload. But thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. GG, everyone.